Hopkins, and thank you and welcome to be here with us at the World Forum for Responsible Economy online this year. How are you?
Thank you. It's lovely to see you and lovely to be back. Yeah, I had such a great time at the physical one, and I'm sure this online one will be just as wonderful.
Yes, you're always wonderful. I remind to everybody, Rob, you are the founder of the Environmental Transition Town Movement. You are the author of the book From What Is to What If, which is amazing. And now I heard your podcast is From What If to What Next. And guess what? The title this year is Are We Next? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, the podcast was one of my lockdown projects. It was something that I started in the first lockdown because I thought, well, I've got lots of time now. What am I going to do? All my exciting trips to Lille and exciting places all stopped. So I started a podcast, and it's really taken on a life of its own. We just published episode 38. Yeah. And the idea is that every episode takes a different what if question and then says, okay, what would it be like if this actually happened? So rather than having a very intellectual discussion about is a universal basic income a good idea, we talk as if it had already happened. And we've had a universal basic income for 8 years. How is it different? You know, because the poet Rilke once said something like, the future must enter into you a long time before it happens, which is so beautiful. And that's really what we try and do with the podcast, is that rather than just debating ideas, we try to really imagine that has happened and try to really bring it into ourselves.
So to bring you back, not in the future, but to talk about the future, I bring you back with the archives, of course, of the World Forum for Responsible Economy. Look at this. You were at the opening ceremony. It was 3 years ago. Let's play that together. For you, what will make the difference and how to change the story of the future to have a profitable future for all of us?
Well, I think my main concern isn't so much that the future is profitable, it's that we're actually able to survive in the future. Like the climate science is what keeps me awake at night. So for me, we need to look at the solutions we can do in the places where we live, but we need to tell the stories about how when we arrive in a low carbon future, how wonderful it is, how the beer is better, the parties are better, the conversation is better, we get to spend more time having meals together, our children are happier, the air is cleaner, we can swim in the rivers. You know, that for me, how do we help people to imagine how that future could be? Because it's only when we can dream about it that we're actually going to put the energy into making it happen.
So dream or reality, Rob?
I mean, that for me, since that film and then the book that I wrote is really about how important it is that we allow ourselves to dream like that. Because if we don't if all the stories we tell ourselves are about everything getting worse and worse and just a slow slide into hell, then we're not going to do anything about it. You know, all of the great social change movements in history told a compelling, thrilling, delicious story about how the future can be. And this is really no different. My concern is that we might be the civilization whose epitaph is, sorry, we couldn't imagine anything else. And that would be such a tragic and stupid way for an extraordinary civilization to make itself extinct. Just, you know, to say, you know, we couldn't imagine a world where human beings could live delightful, nourishing lives that use a fraction of the fossil fuels we used in 2021. Really? It's not that hard. But doing so requires us letting go of the idea that somehow everything is just going to continue as it has been, and the potential to reimagine everything. You can either look at that and go, no, that's impossible, we can't do that, Or you can look at it and go, great, how exciting. Wow, this is a historic moment when we can reimagine agriculture and energy and building and work and economics. And what a thrilling, extraordinary time that would be to live through a 10 or 15 year period where we decarbonize society. Wow, really? Yeah. I want to plan for that. That's amazing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Can we discuss 2 hours more next week and next week and next week? Thank you to be part of this World Forum. Without you, it's not the same, Rob. Thank you so much.
My total pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. Good luck.
And you take care, of course.
I will.
See you next week.